And it's time now for the Day in Sports with Darren Mara. And Darren, it's all about Roger at Wimbledon.
It certainly is, Leland, and good evening to you. Roger Federer is poised to extend his lead on the all-time major winners list after dismissing Thomas Berdych in straight sets last night. He'll meet Marin Cilic in the final after the Croat downed Sam Querrey in 4 tough sets. But it's Federer who's aiming for an 8th Wimbledon title tomorrow night, something no man has done before.
Even by his stellar standards, Roger Federer is now within touching distance of something he has never achieved. The Swiss has won Wimbledon 7 times, but never without dropping a set.
Many hit shots like that and you think, well, is this an exhibition?
Thomas Berdych did take him to a tie-break in the second. 3 straight cross-court winners saw Federer carve out a 4-1 lead on his way to taking the set.
It's 2 sets to love, Roger Federer.
Berdych has never won a Grand Slam match from there, and Federer booked his spot to become the oldest finalist since a 39-year-old Ken Rosewall played Jimmy Connors in the 1974 final.
And that's it.
Last year's 6-month layoff, the key behind the 35-year-old's continuing defiance of the years.
Giving your body a rest from time to time is a good thing, as we see now this time, and I'm happy it's paying off, because for a second, of course, you know, there is doubts there that maybe one day you'll never be able to come back and play a match on centre court at Wimbledon.
Marin Cilic has the unenviable task of spoiling the fairy tale, but there's no doubt he's got the game to do it. He lost the first set to Sam Querrey before winning the next 3, and become only the second Croat after Goran Ivanisevic to reach the decider. In last year's quarter-final, he led Federer by 2 sets before it all unravelled.
Roger is playing his best tennis of his career on this court, and definitely feels like home, and you know, whoever it's going to be, I'm going to be ready.
Tonight, Venus Williams will look to roll back the years too. The 37-year-old takes on Spain's Garbiñe Muguruza in her 9th final, 8 years since her last. John Baldock, SBS World News.
To football now, and the Western Sydney Wanderers face Arsenal tonight in the second clash of the English Giants' Australian tour. Adrian Archuli is joined at the Olympic Stadium by Socceroos legend Craig Moore.
Good evening, Darren. It's going to be another sellout here at Sydney's Olympic Stadium. Craig, how do you think the Wanderers will fare tonight?
It's a very good question. I think that Tony Popovic, he's had his boys in early enough to be in decent condition for this game. It is a first hit out. But look, I think that they're going to be very competitive tonight. I think we're going to see a different game to what we've seen with Sydney FC, and I think that Tony Popovic is going to be really excited, and so are the players for this game tonight.
You seem to think Western Sydney has what it takes to really match it with the Gunners.
Yeah, look, again, it's pre-season. It's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for the football club, for the younger players, even for the experienced players to test yourself against real quality opposition. But it's a game of football where you go out, you want to go out and make an impact. And certainly I know Tony Popovic well, that he'll be having his team wanting to go out there and try and get a result as well.
How do you see tonight playing out?
Look, I think that from what I've seen early with Arsenal, the quality that they have, I think that they should be too strong. But I'm hoping that West Sydney Wanderers, for a large part of it, can be highly competitive.
Thanks for joining us, Craig. So there you have it, Darren. Kickoff isn't too far away.
OK, and a reminder, you can see the Wanderers face the might of Arsenal only on SBS Viceland. Our live coverage kicks off from 7:30 p.m. in the East. There's also a live stream on the World Game app and the website. Well, one Wanderers rising star who's in the starting lineup against Arsenal tonight is striker Abraham Ma Jock. The 18-year-old began life in a Kenyan refugee camp. He spoke with SBS about his burgeoning career and his family's search for a better life.
Abraham Ma Jock's parents fled war-torn South Sudan for a new life in Kenya.
They had to walk it from Sudan to Ethiopia, then from Ethiopia to the Kakuma refugees camp in Kenya.
It's where Abraham was born.
You have to go fetch for water and that, so it wasn't like what we have now. Some days you might miss out, don't get enough water, so you got to borrow from your neighbours.
With the help of the United Nations, he moved to Australia as a 5-year-old with his mother and grandmother.
Even when we were in the car, because I hardly been in one, it felt like where the hell are we? We're in a different country that look nothing like us.
One of 9 siblings, he was almost lost to football.
In the beginning, I didn't want to do it, because our first game we got smacked 8-0.
But he embraced the game to make friends.
It helped me with the language, meeting new people, try to understand them, where they come from as well.
The 18-year-old is driven to succeed with the Wanderers.
I have a chance to make my life better than what it was, and so I just saw what I wanted and just keep working hard for it till I get there.
He isn't fazed by the challenge of facing one of the world's biggest clubs.
When you come to a point in your life, you start playing against teams like you always watch on TV.
Adrian Archuli, SBS World News.
Frenchman Warren Barguil has produced a victory at the Tour de France on his country's National Day. No change to the top five, with Fabio Aru defending the leader's yellow jersey from Chris Froome. The shortest stage in recent Tour history produced an explosion of action on Pyrenean roads. Attacks were launched from start to finish, with Froome under pressure from a variety of rivals, including Alberto Contador. Barguil edged past the two-time winner, who has moved into the top 10 for the first time.
It was a very nice day of cycling for me, and I think for everybody it looked something different, because normally you always attack in the last kilometre.
Meanwhile, Richie Porte has criticised race organisers for ending important Tour stages with high-speed descents rather than summit finishes. Porte questioned whether organisers would be happy watching their own sons face conditions like the one that claimed his Tour hopes on Stage 9. The Tour de France continues on its way tonight. Of course, Stage 14 takes the riders 181 kilometres from Blagnac to Rodez in the country's south. It'll be another steep climb for the peloton. And you can see live coverage of Stage 14 on SBS from 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. Live streaming also available on the dedicated SBS Tour de France website. In AFL, Hawthorn's Luke Hodge has played a blinder in his 300th game, but to no avail. The Hawks falling an agonising 3 points short.
For Premiership winner Luke Hodge's 300th game,
One of the greatest Hawks in the history of football.
Jared Roughhead softened up Patrick Dangerfield.
This is a huge moment. He's calling for assistance.
Yet the Danger Man played on, less than a goal in it at half-time.
Shoots and goals.
A true arm wrestle of a contest, the Milestone Master got his team to within 4 points.
Yes, he has. He's got it. 20 seconds to go in this game.
The Hawks running out of time before saluting their skipper in style.
An icon of the game.
With a leadership coup looming, out-of-contract coach Nathan Buckley was in urgent need of a win. He had to settle for a 1-point buffer heading into the final stanza.
Outside of the boot. Handles a ripper from there.
Accuracy in slippery conditions, edging the Pies in front.
Take him any way you can get him.
Earlier, a golf in class was clear in Adelaide. Port punishing the Kangaroos by 70 points.
Great spoil, Tarrant, but even better roving by Sam Gray.
Last night, the stealthy Bombers prowled the night sky.
What a star, Joe Danaher.
The D's home by 10 goals. Nick Vinden, SBS World News.
In the NRL, Brisbane has survived a scare. The bottom-placed Knights led at half-time, but 3 Brisbane tries in 10 second-half minutes looked to have put the home side in its place. However, the Novocastrians then scored 2 more tries of their own. Only then did a Corbin Sims 4-pointer soothe Broncos fans' worries. And finally, in golf, China's Xin Feng remains the overnight leader and has a 2-shot advantage after the second round of the Women's US Open. The world number 6 fired 3 birdies on a rain-affected day. 17-year-old South Korean amateur Haejin Choi is in a share of second place, aiming to become the youngest ever winner of the tournament. Australian Minjee Lee is leading the Australian 5 shots off the pace. That's the day in sport, Leland.
Thank you very much, Darren. The weather's coming up and the art of the selfie. What not to do.